Right, hello. I want to talk to you about something. This is pretty interesting, and I hope you don't get mad, but if you do, you own your feelings. I don't own your feelings. This is on you. You should thank your ex, or your soon-to-be ex if you're in the middle of a divorce. Let me turn this light on. All right, pardon me. I'm not a professional videographer. I'm just doing these things. I like doing them, actually. So you owe your ex, or soon-to-be ex, a thank you. Why? You might think divorce traditionally is full of anger, hate, bitterness, and just negative feelings. Yeah, it is. It is. It is until you get over it. Because you got to get over it like anything else in life. If you stub your toe, guess what? You take a deep breath, woosah, and then you move on, right? Not that easy. Not quite like stubbing your toe, but you got to move on. But at the end of the day, ask yourself this. Whatever issue you really didn't like about your relationship or your spouse, let's just isolate it. Whatever you didn't like about your spouse, you got to admit, if you think back through the time you've been together, and hopefully you were together for a while before you decided to get married, a lot of things that annoyed you, frustrated you, and maybe even contributed towards you getting divorced, they were always there. They always existed between you two. Always. Or existed within them, and you just probably overlooked it, or they were so cute, they were so handsome, they were so romantic, or they made you feel so good inside and out, you know, that you just kind of let it go. And then months went by, years went by, kids were born, bills come in, someone loses their job, and those same issues became the reason why you didn't want to talk to each other. You slept back to back instead of sleeping facing each other. Or you decided to stop sending I love you text messages to each other. Or you stopped going to your friends and saying, oh, how sweet he is. Or you start going to your friends and saying, I got the greatest woman. She's my queen. The issue that you have with them was always there. You just decided to be the bigger person, and rightfully so. They probably did the same for you. They overlooked it. But you allowed things to disintegrate. So all that was left was you with your bitter, angry self, wondering why'd you end up marrying this person? And if you have kids, why did I even have children with this person? Lesson learned. You should thank them, because what you didn't learn was anything new about them. Like I said, they were always that way. What you learned about was yourself. You learned about what you were willing to accept, what you were willing to tolerate, what you were willing to look the other way on, what you were willing to forgive. Hopefully you forgave, and hopefully you'll still forgive. Because just like they're full of flaws, you're full of just as many, and maybe even more flaws. Who knows? Not for me to judge. I got my own issues. But at the end of the day, what you should have learned by now is about you. The kind of person you were then, the kind of person you are now, and the kind of person you want to be going forward in your life. And hopefully those all are stages where you improved. The person you were, the person you've been, and the person you're going to be should not be the same. It should always be an evolving person, a person that's always looking to improve. You should always forgive your spouse, because guess what? Holding on to that stuff, whatever that stuff is that led you to being so angry, it's only going to eat you up. Don't you know people get cancer behind things like this? Or don't you know people get sick or depressed? Don't you know this affects your income? Don't you know it affects how you speak to your children? Don't you realize that it affects how you look in pictures? You may think you're doing okay, but if you hold on to that anger, really look at yourself in pictures. You look bitter. You look angry. You look like someone crushed your whole world. Forgive yourself for making the decision to even get involved with them. Forgive yourself for not wanting to try to fix it with them. And forgive yourself so you can move forward. You deserve better. Perhaps that person and that relationship is preparing you for the relationship to come. I would love it if you watching this understand the point I'm bringing to you, and someone else watching this, or maybe another video, I'd like to think they're watching this too. Both of you are getting yourselves right, and perhaps you two people will meet and get together. And you'll get married, and you'll never need me. You'll never need to know that I'm a divorce professional. After you got divorced the first time, that is. But at the end of the day, how can I say it? It's a lesson not only in who your ex really was, because now you're an expert at who they were, but you're still a student in who you are. Continue to evolve, continue to love life, and hopefully after your first divorce, you'll never need me again. But you could tell a friend to tell a friend, because I'm Sandler Francois, Premier Paralegal, also known as your favorite divorce professional. And these are just my thoughts based off over 20 years of experience, over 1,000 divorces I've helped engineer and steer, and me also being married for 21 years. Oh, my wife isn't here, so she didn't hear me say that. To a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful woman who gave me 4 wonderful children, and it keeps me on my toes. All right? So I'm just sharing. Continue to give me your feedback. Continue to ask your questions. Continue to tell me these videos are horrible, if you think so, because I only want to improve. That's it. Over and out. It's a beautiful day, hopefully where you are. It's a beautiful day where I am. And take a deep breath and enjoy. Talk to you next time.